Sister Mary. We're going to be reading Revelation chapter 13, 14, and 15. And I will put on a message later on today, and it does pertain to Revelation chapter 13. So I will do that sometime this morning. God bless you all as we continue to read, especially the book of Revelation. May the Lord continue to guide us in all truth and in His wisdom. Chapter 13 of Revelation. And I stood on the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast coming up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and on its horns 10 diadems, and on its heads names of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like a leopard, and its feet as a bear, and its mouth as a lion's mouth. And the dragon gave its power to it, and its throne, and great authority. And I saw one of its heads as having been slain to death, and its deadly wound was healed. And all the earth marveled after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon who gave authority to the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like the beast? Who is able to make war with it? And a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies was given to it, and authority to act 42 months was given to it. And it opened its mouth in blasphemy toward God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and those tabernacling in heaven. And it was given to it to war with the saints, and to overcome them. And authority was given to it over every tribe and tongue and nation. And all those dwelling in the earth will worship it, those of whom the names not were written in the scroll of life of the Lamb, having been slain from the foundation of the world. If anyone has an ear, let him hear. If anyone gathers captivity, into captivity he goes. If anyone will kill by a sword he must be killed. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And I saw another beast coming up out of the earth, and it had 2 horns like a lamb, but spoke like a dragon. And it executes all the authority of the first beast before it, and it causes that the earth and those dwelling in it should worship the first beast, of which was healed its deadly wound. And it does great signs, that even fire it causes to come down out of the heaven onto the earth before men. And it deceives those dwelling on the earth, because of the signs which were given to it to do before the beast, saying to those dwelling on the earth to make an image to the beast, who has the wound of the sword, and lived, and was given to it to give a spirit to the image of the beast, so that the image of the beast might even speak, and might cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. And the small and the great, and the rich and the poor, and the freemen and the slaves, it causes that they give to them all a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads, even that not any could buy or sell except the one having the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of its name. Here is wisdom. Let the one having reason count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and its number is 666. Revelation chapter 14. And I saw and behold the Lamb standing on Mount Zion, and with him were 144,000, with the name of his Father having been written on their foreheads. And I heard a sound out of the heaven as a sound of many waters, and as a sound of great thunder. Also I heard a sound of harpers harping on their harps, and they sing a new song before the throne and before the 4 living creatures, the elders, and no one was able to learn the song except the 144,000, those having been redeemed from the earth. These are the ones who were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are the ones following the Lamb wherever he may go. These were redeemed from among men as firstfruit to God and to the Lamb. And no guile was found in their mouth, for they are without blemish before the throne of God. And I saw another angel flying in mid-heaven, having an everlasting gospel to proclaim to those dwelling on the earth, even to every nation and tribe and tongue and people, saying in a great voice, Fear God and give glory to him, because the hour of his judgment has come. Also worship him who has made the heaven and the earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. And another angel followed, saying, The great city Babylon has fallen because of the wine of the anger of her fornication. She made all nations to drink. And a third angel followed them, saying in a great voice, If anyone worships the beast and its image, and receives a mark on his forehead or in his hand, he also shall drink of the wine of the anger of God, having been mixed undiluted in the cup of his wrath. And he will be tormented by fire and brimstone before the holy angels and before the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment goes up for ever and ever. And those worshipping the beast and its image have no rest night and day, even if anyone receives the mark of its name. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are the ones keeping the commands of God and the faith of Jesus. And I heard a voice out of heaven saying to me, Write, Blessed are the dead, the ones dying in the Lord from now. Yes, says the Spirit, they shall rest from their labors, and their works follow with them. And I saw and behold a white cloud, and on the cloud one sitting like the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. And another angel went forth out of the temple, crying in a great voice to the one sitting on the cloud, Send your sickle and reap, because your hour to reap came, because the harvest of the earth was dried. And the one sitting on the cloud thrust his sickle into the earth was reaped. And another angel went forth out of the temple in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. And another angel went forth out of the altar, having authority over the fire. And he spoke with a great cry to the one having the sharp sickle, saying, Send your sharp sickle and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, because its grapes are ripened. And the angel thrust his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and threw into the winepress of the great anger of God. And the winepress was trodden outside the city, and blood went out of the winepress as far as the bridles of the horses, from 1,600 stadia. Chapter 15 of Revelation. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the last 7 plagues, because the anger of God was completed in them. And I saw as a glassy sea, having been mixed with fire, and the ones overcoming the beast and its image and its mark of the number of its name were standing on the glassy sea, having harps of God. And they sing the song of Moses, the slave of God, and the song of the Lamb, saying, Great and marvelous are your works, Lord God Almighty. Righteous and true are your ways, King of the saints. Who will not fear you, Lord, and glorify your name? For you only are holy. For all the nations will come and will worship before you, because your righteousnesses were made known. And after these things I saw, and behold, the temple of the tabernacle of the testimony in heaven was opened. And the 7 angels having the 7 plagues came forth out of the temple, having been clothed in clean and bright linen, and golden bands having been girded around the breast. And one of the 4 living creatures gave to the 7 angels 7 golden bowls filled with the anger of the living God, forever and ever. And the temple was filled with the smoke of the glory of God and with his power. And no one was able to enter into the temple until the 7 plagues of the 7 angels should be completed.